noticed the big D. Zoe! I can honestly say I have never seen somebody run up those stairs as fast as you did.
Really?
And seem so happy to be out of the house with quite a mixed reaction. It's not like you kind of were coming out punching the air to a massive cheers. It was a very mixed reaction for you tonight. But you were just... because
I knew the end result was going to see my family. I was like, my family, it's been really hard for us not, like, speaking to my family. I speak to them about 12, 13, 14 times a day. Yeah. So that was, like, the toughest thing for us.
Is some of that game face as well, though? If you're coming out to a few boos as well, is it, do you know what? I'm just happy. I was there, I experienced it. Yeah, I wanted the experience. I wanted to see what it was like for me, you know, psychologically and do something different. But the end bit there was just, all I was thinking was, the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to be in the arms of my mum and dad and my family, and that's not a bad way to be at all. Obviously, you said you wanted to come out and see your family because you're missing them, but you had expressed quite a few times that you did want to stay. You always wanted to have the experience. You love the fact that you're on Big Brother. So is part of you gutted that you're here tonight? A
little bit, because I would have loved to have gone through at the end, but I'm really happy for Pav, because he was like... I was concerned about Pav all the time. He's had a really hard time, really hard time, and... I think emotionally I'm a lot stronger than some of them in there. So for me, dealing with crowds and stuff, it didn't really bother us what was going to happen. I wasn't expecting a hooray because of the week I've had. So I just had to swallow that and be like, you know what? I'm still living and breathing. I'm going to just get a nice hug and kiss off my family. So
what's it like going in there on day 40?
Hard. It was really hard. Everyone's got bonds. Everyone's got relationships. You know, they're still suspicious of us now. So every single day they were like, he's up to something. Winston called us a spy the other night. He was like, are you up to something, you spy? It's like, no, I'm not doing anything. So that was hard going in. Yeah, they're seriously paranoid. Checking things like the time every 2 seconds. What time is it? Is refreshments coming? We're not going to get a drink tonight. What's going to happen? Everyone's on serious edge. So I found that quite difficult in the sense that I was just like, I'm here for the crack and enjoying the fun. But there was too much paranoia for me.
OK. You're here because you were nominated, obviously, by your housemates. We've seen Ashley say this week that you mentioned to her that you didn't think anybody really had a reason to nominate you. So how does it feel being put up by your fellow housemates?
I knew even if I was to stay, like, me and Pav will be up every single week.
You're easy pickings.
Absolutely. I knew that walking in there, regardless, so... I wasn't surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if I was to stay and I got nominated again. I said that in the diary room, same as Pav. It's just, they've all got bonds. They've all been in there for a longer time than us, so...
And it's the easy option because they're sticking with what they know.
And they all feel so paranoid, and they're like, what's happening with them? What they're doing? They're up to something, blah, 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 blah. So I think that,
Would you like to see who nominated you?
I'm not really that bothered, but go on then.
Oh, Zoe, come on!
I didn't get asked that in the diary room. I was like, if you want it.
Here you go.
My first nomination is Zoe.
Zoe.
Do you feel like it's fair that the original housemates go as far as possible because they have really done the groundwork?
The outside housemates that we receive messages from have sort of said that to watch out for her, she could potentially be someone else she isn't.
I believe the exact quote was that Zoe was a snake in the grass.
There must be some kind of hidden agenda, and that's what concerns me.
I have a question mark over Zoe, and I have no question marks over the original housemates.
So, everybody, apart from Pav, Ash and Mark, what do you think are their reasons? For nominating you?
Oh, for the
reasons that you've just seen. Helen said she thinks you've got a hidden agenda.
All of them thought me and Pav had a hidden agenda. Every single day. All of them did. So
how frustrating was that? I think especially because you and Helen seemed to hit it off quite well in the beginning.
Ish. I mean, they all made us feel really welcome, I think, because I'm Northern and they have this little Northern ninja thing, so straight away they were like, she's Northern, she's going to be all right type thing. But at the same time, they were like, they've sent these three in halfway through. What is it? Why is it her? Why is it her and why is it him? So straight away, like, you know, there was going to be speculation over our heads to the end, so...
Pav's found it much more difficult to fit in. Why do you think he's having a harder time than you did?
Just fitting in, I think, like... They've all got their own crack going on, and it was... I loved all that, and literally getting involved with it all, and Pav just kind of took a while just to get just to get comfortable with them. And straight away I was like, I'm here for fun. I want to get to know you all. I want to learn things and have a new experience. And Pav just kind of sat back a little bit, and that made him a bit more suspicious, I think, from other people as well.
Yeah, he does seem to have turned a corner the past couple of days. He said he's kind of feeling a little bit more comfortable in there.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be all right without you?
He said he would rather go instead of me. He was like, I don't think I'd be OK without you on my own. I was like, don't be stupid, man. I was like, you've got to do it. I think he just, you know, he's got a psychology degree, so he just needs to put that in his brain and just try and get a bit more strength.
But I think that's kind of what's been his trouble.
Yeah.
Is that everybody's paranoid because he has a psychology degree and he's gone into a show that's based on the psychology of people and how they interact, and it's just become a vicious circle.
He does. He sits back and overthinks, and maybe people think he's suspicious and stuff, but he's not. He's lovely, he's genuine as. You've
all had a difficult week. The people had the power. Pam's had a really difficult week as well, and you especially, because of a comment that you made. The viewers voted you as being stuck up.
I know. It was gutted.
We're going to show you. I know you've heard it in the focus group task, actually what was said, but we're going to show you just so you can actually see when and where it was.
Okay, dope.
So I think if they'd have put me in a house with normal people who were like, I work in Tesco or whatever, that's fair enough. But for me, I would have too many stories, too much life experience, and people wouldn't be able to keep up one part with me with conversation.
You missed the whole conversation.
OK, so what were you actually trying to say?
The conversation that was actually we had for about half an hour was the fact that everyone was really powerful, that literally the first bit, everyone walked in and it was like, right, I want to be in them with it, I want to be in them with it the first night of the entry. I was like, she's really powerful, he's got loads of stories, he's really intelligent. When I watched the first night, I was like, I would have loved to have been this year to learn so many things off the different contestants. I work in retail, like, I do it all the time when I'm in and out of work. Like, literally, my feet, my mum and dad would slap us and hang us out to dry if at any point I became higher than I thought I was. That's not the person I am. And I think, for me, the focus group and everyone in the house there was like, you've been totally misunderstood there, babe. The conversation was about half an hour long, saying how really impressed I was with all the housemates, because I was learning so many things by different people. Steve, I sat with him for ages being like, tell us more stories, you've done that. Like, business people, I love that, because I love learning stuff like that.
But does that mean that you couldn't learn something off of somebody that works in the supermarket?
No,
do you understand how it can be perceived like that?
But at the same time, I've definitely been misunderstood, 1,000,000%. And to say I was stuck up, it's like, I've literally handed out leaflets at like 2:30 or 3 in the morning, walking the streets, like, trying to earn £60 to keep the head up, like, the roof over my head. So, I'm not stuck up at all.
I think it was very obvious how much it did affect you and how much you just kind of, you know, didn't agree with it, you know, and that you didn't really feel like that was you. So that has come across, you know, obviously that.
I'd like to think, because the people who were in the focus group as well, like, if you've watched the series with me being in it for the past 3 weeks, I'd like to think people can tell that I'm a down-to-earth, grounded girl. So for me, I was like, thank you so much to the people who were like, she's definitely been misunderstood, because that's not who I am at all. At all. I'm not from that type of family. My family means everything to us, and literally when I've had ups and downs through my career, I've done whatever it takes to keep the roof over my head.
Yeah. Also in part of the task this week, you had to kind of give comments on each other, which I would imagine for some people was quite difficult. Ashley said your positive, your biggest positive, was also your biggest negative.
Yeah.
And that is that you're always happy.
Yeah.
As I've just said, I've never seen someone happy to be evicted from the Big Brother house, run up the stairs so quick.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to show any other emotion than happy? Because we both... And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But we have just seen you happy.
Yeah. I'm just a general happy lass. I've got a lovely life. Like, I love life. I've got a great zest for life. I love meeting people. I'm a proper people person. And if that's my downfall, then I'm happy with that.
Somebody who loved how happy you were, and I think who you loved how happy he was Mark.
Love his energy.
You had such a great relationship. Yeah. Why do you think you bonded with him so easily?
Energy. Zest for life. We're both happy.
Hyper.
Both hyper. Full of energy. He had really good morals. I respected his views quite a lot. And we just buzzed off each other throughout the course of the day. Don't forget, like, you're seeing 45 minutes of a show. The rest of the day, you're sat in there totally bored, like, doing nothing and just trying to make general chit-chat and conversation. You know, some people have got their own conversation going on because they've had relationships for weeks. And Mark straight away was like, babes, I love your eyebrows, like,
how important was he to your time in the house?
What, sorry?
How important was he to your time in the house?
Massive for me. Yeah, I think he's just his energy, anybody else, to be honest, I got on really well with Ash, and it was a shame for him because people were like, oh, he's quite boring. But he's like salt of the earth, really down to earth. I clicked with Ash really, really well.
That came across, actually, that you had quite a good relationship, and he does come across as quite a nice guy.
He's lovely. Proper, like, really down to earth lad, and just like proper like Manchester, and everything's like Northerners and stuff. And like same for Mark, but Mark's got an energy that I love. I love energetic people. Like
you also like talking.
I do.
Unfortunately, we can't talk anymore. Zoe, thanks so much.
You're so hot as well.
You have been a ray of sunshine.
Thank you.
Go and see Mum and Dad.
Yes. Oh my God, I've missed a couple of songs.
I have never ever met somebody who can talk that much that quickly. Okay, so in a few weeks, you will crown your winner, who will walk away with 100,000.